हेलो, ठीक है तो आ रहा। हेलो, आप बोले ना। हेलो, 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 आ रहा। हुआ, हो गया। हेलो, 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 आ रहा। हेलो, हेलो, ठीक। हेलो हेलो। हेलो हेलो। हमारा तो लेट से आएगा लाइव, तो लेट से आएगा। हेलो हेलो। तो लेट से आएगा। हाँ, बड़ा कौन देंगे सर? ये जो लिख के दिए है ना झाजी, एक बार हमें तो दिखा। नरेश वाला जो झाजी लिख के दिए ना। हाँ वही चीज़ है, हमें तो झाजी झाजी एक बाइक बाइक। हाँ ये दिक्कत है। वो बोलते हैं ना, तो ये उसी का नहीं लगेगा। इसमें लगाना या पॉकेट में लगाना? पॉकेट में लगाना, ठीक है, कोई नहीं बोलेंगे, ठीक है। नहीं, ये वाला केना किसमें जाएगा? सीधा डायरेक्ट इसी से आपका वो तो पॉकेट में आता है ना। तो जैसे फीस जब होगा तो अगर कोई बाइक ले रहा है तो वो अपने पॉकेट में से ले लेना पड़ेगा ये, हाँ? ये तो ऐसी भी है ये। हाँ, ये दोस्त हाँ 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 हाँ, तो वो तो बोलेंगे भी तो हम और दे ना बस। दोस्त क्वालिफिकेशन बाइक के लिए अच्छा है। यहाँ पे यहाँ पर जैसे कोरियन लास्ट टाइम ये क्या है ना, देखिए बता रहा हूँ। हाँ, ये जो है हाँ, इससे जाएगा वॉइस धन संपदः Sonal, can you hear me online? Sonal, Sonal, हेलो 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 आ रहा है छोड़ दीजिए हेलो हेलो हाँ, हेलो 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 बोला हेलो 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 चेक हेलो 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 चेक चेक कौन सा प्रेजेंटेशन बोलिए संजीव कुमार ना संजीव कुमार अच्छा, ये ना इसके ब्लैक ये रेड जो है इसको ब्लैक इसको भी ऑन करना होगा ना क्यों करेंगे हाँ 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 इसे कर दो हेलो हेलो हाँ सेकेंडरी फंक्शन अननेसेसरी रेड ठीक है सर। यहाँ से ऐसे बात करने से आ रहा है ना? ये भी आ रहा है।
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Our chief guest, distinguished guest of honors, and brilliant minds gathers here. Sir, I will request everyone to come forward so it will be visible. Some of the slides it may be small, so I'll request everyone if you can come forward to the. Thank you. I stand before you today filled with excitement and gratitude. My name is Devashish Chakraborty, and I am honored to represent the Indian Value Engineering Society Zonal Council. Together, we gather on this momentous occasion to pay tribute to the remarkable legacy of Lawrence Delos Smile, better known as LD Mile, the father of value engineering. Today, we celebrate his 121st birth anniversary to reflect on the profound impact he has made in the value engineering field and beyond. As we remark on this journey of remembrance and learning, I want to assure you that your safety is of utmost importance. The auditorium has been audited to meet all safety standards. For your information, we have two fire extinguishers outside this room and two exits at the back. In the event of any emergency, please calmly proceed to the nearest exit and gather outside in the designated assembly point in the garden. I also request to put your mobile devices on silent mode. Let's create an uninterrupted environment filled with learning, sharing, and inspiration. Now I would request Mr. Chandan Singh to welcome our chief guest, Mr. UK Singh, MDTR, with a token of appreciation, a small but meaningful gift, a plant. Now I request Mr. Surya Prakash Prabhakar to welcome our distinguished guest of honor, Mr. Tapas Sahu, CUNMD High Court. Now I request Ms. Garima Gaurav to welcome our guest, Dr. Madhu Singh, HOD Electrical Department, NIT Jamshedpur. Now I request Mr. Nitesh Kumar to welcome Ms. Swati Basu, Chairperson, Eastern Zone, and MD, Jemipol. Mr. Miles' work has left an indelible mark on industry worldwide. His innovation, approach to optimizing value, eliminating unnecessary cost, and enhancing functionality continues to inspire engineers, managers, and thinkers across generations. This evening, we honor the value he championed and explore how they contribute to shape our path forward in an ever evolving landscape. To kick our program, let's move forward with enthusiasm while honoring the pioneer. I would like to invite Mr. Alok Ghoshal, CVS Life, to the stage to pay tribute to the remarkable legacy of LD Miles. Mr. Ghoshal, please.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Today we have assembled here to commemorate the 121st birth anniversary of LD Miles, and for whom we are here. And he is the father of value analysis. And I'll take you through the life of LD Miles and how value analysis came into being. I'll just throw some light on that. We missed it. So advent of value study miles away. This is the 77th year of existence of function-driven innovation, which was started in 1947, which is which was known as value analysis, later on value engineering, and now we call it value methodology. Brain always tricks right from the childhood when you were born. Brain, God has given us a power to trick the brain, and we evolve. Right from the creation of human being on earth, it tried to change from beta to base as time progressed. In the prevailing chaotic situation of Second World War and in the volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity that is called VUCA, emerged a visionary in 1947 known as Lawrence Delos Miles. He popularized the concept of getting more with less, was popularly known as LD Miles or Larry Miles. In 1931, Miles graduated from the College of Engineering at the University of Nebraska with a degree in electrical engineering. Madhu Singh must be happy. He was an also electrical engineer, but later on he moved to the corporate and you remained in the education. In 1932, Miles began a long and productive career in General Electric Company in Snidey. It's very difficult to pronounce in New York. Over a 6 year period in his position, he earned 12 patents for vacuum tubes and related circuitry. During this time, Miles developed awareness for unnecessary cost and began seeing the need for developing better ways of doing things. This sensitivity to cost earned him a transfer to General Electric Company's purchasing department. And in 1938, he was promoted to the position of purchasing engineer. We call it purchasing engineer, but they used to call them purchasing engineer. In 1944, Miles was transferred to a subsidiary of GE called Lock Insulator, Baltimore, Maryland. While at Lock, he began the development of the process that has now evolved into the function oriented problem solving methodology known today as value methodology. In 1947, he returned to New York. It's very difficult to pronounce that place, and was placed under William, again, it's very difficult to pronounce, who gave him full support to produce an approach of G to improve cost and productivity. In December 1947, the basic value analysis functional approach was established. The event that triggered the development of value analysis was asbestos affair. You all know that asbestos before 1947 in all over the world, especially in the United States, all flooring used to be done through the asbestos because it used to be very cheap and very readily available. So General Electric Company, they had a warehouse, and in the warehouse, the flooring was made of the asbestos. But you know that asbestos is a cancerous material. As it is, it doesn't produce any cancer. But when you cut it to size and try to place it, the friable material that emerges out, if it enters your nostril, it will give you the cancer. So government of USA banned it. So everybody in USA all through had to withdraw this asbestos flooring as to introduce a new one. So as a purchase engineer, LD Miles had a job to do that. But usual thing is that the specification, usual purchase engineer, what they do, they have the specification and ask for the quotation from the market, and then based on the best quotation, they employ it. But this time he didn't go that way. He wanted to know what are the functions of the asbestos, what are the good functions and what are the bad functions. So what are the functions of the asbestos? Functions means abilities. It's fireproof, soundproof, acid resistant, alkaline resistant, doesn't conduct electricity, good mechanical strength, high wear resistance, low cost. These are all good things. Then why the hell government has banned it. The most unnecessary function and very dangerous function was it released fibers. And his job was to withdraw it and reintroduce something else. So he did not do it just that way. He analyzed the functions and he wanted to get another material which will have all the positive functions but not negative functions. So he just moved around and contacted all suppliers and asked them whether you can make certain tiles which has got all these positive functions and no negative functions. And these manufacturers, they quickly came up because a lot of demand was there. So they quickly came up with a lot of tiles, the lot of tiles that I'm showing you on the screen. So out of them, which is the best suitable for the warehouse, particular warehouse, has been selected. And the management of General Electric Company was very happy because of this analyzing methodology by which he has reduced the cost at the same time maintaining the quality. Later on, you all know in 1945, the Second World War ended, and you all know that Japan destroyed hundreds of warships in Pearl Harbor of United States in the Pacific Ocean. And the hundreds of warships were destroyed, and they wanted to come up of the Second World War to come up with a new warship. And each warship used to cost millions of dollars. So by that time, that was 1950s, they wanted to make new warships. They came to know about this value analysis, which will reduce the cost, resources, which will reduce the cost. So they invited LD Miles to teach them what is value analysis, and they adopted it, and they successfully reduced the cost of manufacturing of many ships. This is what I just told you. So the US Navy Bureau of Ships started building warships with $1 million project cost. In 1954, the US Navy Bureau of Ships applied value analysis to cost improvement during the design stage and termed it as value engineering instead of value analysis. They have engineered the value instead of analyzing it. So in 1954, value analysis was extended to value engineering. So it was the first government applications in the world. In 1958, LD Miles was awarded the US Navy's highest civilian honor for his contribution to the Bureau of Value Engineering. I'll show you, in short, a beautiful case study of NASA, National Aeronautics Space Association, who adopted this value engineering in their activity, not engineering, value analysis in their activity. You all know that in mid 1950s, United States started launching satellites. When they used to launch satellite, that is used to be the central fuel tank, and on the surface of it, there used to be satellites. Fuel tank reaches 45 kilometer above the surface of the Earth at 4 kilometer per second acceleration speed. And when it reaches 45 kilometer, its job is over. The fuel tank's job is over. And the satellites get disconnected from the fuel tank, and it keeps on moving around around the world. And the fuel tank used to fall down onto a specific area in the sea. Initial period, there was certain catastrophe or dangerous. This whole fuel tank along with the satellite used to lift up, and around 4 or 5 kilometers away from the surface of the Earth, it used to blast out. There was not any human loss, but there was the money loss, time loss, and effort loss, everything. So they wanted to know. NASA wanted to know why it's happening. They had the best of the best engineers, and there are good engineers from India. So they wanted to study what is the reason why it is not taking up. So the engineer studied. They studied that the weight of the tank is 30 ton. The dead weight of the tank is 30 ton. And the capacity of tank is 54 lakh 9,000 liter. and the manufacturer is Lockheed Martin. NASA asked Lockheed to reduce the weight of the fuel tank by 3,628 kg. NASA came to know that the total weight of the fuel tank is unnecessary extra by 3,620 kg. So Lockheed formed a team. Lockheed could take out of redesign 3,265 kg, and but they are stuck up with 363 kg. They couldn't remove the whole weight as NASA wanted, but they can't sacrifice the quality because the thickness and other thing. Because this the tank is made of aluminum alloy, and over that the thermal packing is given, and they cannot reduce the diameter. They cannot reduce the length. So they could reduce by doing something to 3,265 kg, and they were short of 363 kg. And they said to NASA that we can't reduce by more than that. NASA said nothing doing. You have to reduce the whole 3,628 kg. Then, by the time they came to know about this value analysis, value engineering, they formed a cross-functional team of value analysis. The VA team asked, they can't do anything because everything is optimized. Now, what they attacked was the paint. This fuel tank is painted white over the thermal pack. They asked, why you paint white? What is the function of the white paint? NASA said, protect fuel by dissipating external heat. As it moves up, it approaches sun 45 kilometer and above. So it is near to the sun, to whatever extent. So sun ray falls onto it. So to protect the fuel inside, inside the tank is the liquid oxygen is cryogenically cooled to minus 184 degrees centigrade, while the liquid hydrogen is chilled to minus 253 centigrade. These liquids must be kept at high pressure and very low temperature, or they will boil back to a gaseous state. VA team said, but the foam covering the external tank is used to maintain the temperature of the cryogenic fuel stored inside. Moreover, as you move up, it is cool and cooler. All of you have traveled in the airline, and as you move to 50,000 feet above the surface, it's a minus 50 degrees centigrade. And that is why you have snow at the top of the Everest. So as you move up the earth, it is cool and cooler. Then why you're talking about the external heat that's coming up? Sun is quite far off. There's 45 kilometer and 50 kilometers, nothing compared to that lakhs of kilometers that is the sun is there. So they said, what is the pen doing then? It is just an honest wrong belief. That is why you have noted that 30, 40 years back, our refrigerator used to be white painted. Nowadays, you don't get white painted refrigerator because the white paint doesn't serve any purpose. Rather, the colored paint and all the decorated one serve the purpose of aesthetics. This white paint doesn't serve any purpose. So they proved to analysis that this white paint doesn't serve any purpose. Therefore, the function of the paint on the external surface is useless. It turned out that about 362 kg of white paint was used. This was stopped. And if you notice the photograph in the National Geographic and others, you'll find the color of the fuel tank nowadays, which is launched, is of the natural color of the thermal pack. Is a brown color. So saving is weight of the fuel tank is reduced by 362 kg, cost of the fuel tank is reduced, and the delivery schedule is also advanced. This is what is now happening in USA and most of the countries. But we are very intelligent. India is very intelligent. And we have been launching our satellite, and you just see the fuel tank color. Lakhs of rupees we spend on fuel tank color. We haven't learned the lesson from the LD miles. With the success history of 76 years of VAV, value analysis, value engineering, let's spread it through each corner of economic transaction. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your insightful wisdoms. Our chief guest of honor has arrived. So I'll request Mr. Raman Jha to welcome our guest of honor, Mr. Shakti Senapati, Chief Operating Officer, Ramkrishna Forgings Limited. Thank you. Moving forward, we have an insightful presentation that promises to enlighten us on critical aspects of project management and engineering. I would request if someone can just dim the front light here. I'm proud to welcome Mr. Sanjeev Kumar, Senior DM of Jamipol Limited. He will present on the value engineering study of project capital cost of DS compound installation, facilities and Jamipol.
Very good evening, everyone. It's okay. I think not okay. Once again, very good evening, everyone. We are going to some extraction of the value engineering project, which we have already done. The value engineering study of project capital cost of DS compound installation facility at Jamipol Limited. For project capital cost is the main figure where we have to work. The main project, when you conceive a project, the scope is limit. You cannot change the scope. Through value engineering, what we have learned, go to the details, what really expectation. Based on that, we have done these exercises. This is the team members of this project, Mr. Kulvinder Singh, operation and project leader. Mr. Vishwajit Kundu, he is here, civil expert. Uh, Mr. Vijay Kumar Singh, myself, Sanjeev Kumar, and Mr. Manas Padida. We must take the name of Alok Ghosal sir, who has helped me to preparing the presentation. He is also part of it. Background before going to the project, just brief of about the Jamipol. Hope everyone is knowing, but for more details, Jamipol has a total 5 manufacturing units here at Jamshedpur, and one is Tornagallu and one is Kalinganagar. As well as there is the 3 service unit. We are providing service at Kalinganagar as well as the Tata Steel Mera Mandali and as well as RSP. Coming to this project, basically, Jamipol was supplying DS compound Tata Steel Kalinganagar from Jamshedpur plant. As this is the routine of everyone, you take from the house to company, we have to reduce the cost. Whatever we are getting today, we are trying to get the at lower cost. Even we are going today market, we negotiate. It should be there. If someone has the practice, if you are not doing, please do this. You have to negotiate. Similar way, we have got the customer focus to reduce the production cost. It was challenge for survival of business because we are supplying material from the Jamshedpur to Kalinganagar. For installation, we think we will install a new plant. For installation, start production DS compound, capital expended is above 20 crores. Other than a capital expenditure, if you take the complete effort of the humans, land, acquisition, civil, structure, everywhere, use. To bring down the capital cost of project, value engineering done to produce DS compound at lower cost. We have to maintain the quality. We have to supply the same materials. There is no any compromise on quality. What we have learned, as the customer, no customer will agree on this. So even better quality is the always appreciable. If you will go through the requirement for a grinding plant, if you will see in grinding plant, you have to receive the raw material. Raw material itself is a big task. What type of raw material you require, what size you require, capacity. What is the capacity of the handling you are going to handle? This important information you get from the raw material handling and storage. Now go to the process. What process you need? You go in deeply. What process is required? In this process, we are grinding to keep the process where we get the desired which customer wants as other product, then finished product and handling. These are the process. When you go through the value engineering, you have to collect that information. Go into detail. What individually the basic learning of this value engineer, what is the basic function of the each activities. So for information, you collect the drawing documents, material specification, what is the project machine capacity, everything you have to go in detail. This is the abstraction only. We are clearing the learning. The area we have chosen for the reduction for the product, the raw material handling and storage. Second is the grinding and mixing, which is the key process for this. Then finished product handling. While going through in detail, if you see the raw material, the basic function of raw material is to fit. My voice is hope clear. This thank you. Uh, for the raw material and storage, the main function, if you go to the basic function, is to feed the material. Second, to convey the material. It totally depends upon the again the volume, capacity, size, where your machine is there. It totally depends upon that. If you're conveying the material, other than basic function, some as unnecessary function is also there, like increase footprint, consume manpower. When you're planning, some manpower will be there. Pollute environment. If you handle the material, certainly there will be pollution. So this is the unnecessary function. You have to take care about this. Coming to the grinding and mixing, the main function of this is to reduce the size. Basic function is come to the reduce the size, what size you are getting and what guys your requirement. You have to work on to it. This is the whatever the information you have the availability, what that machine is doing and what your expectation. Whatever details you collect and accordingly you work on this. Receive material, the basic function, reduce material through the grinding is the basic function. How much you can feed? Your machine is designed for certain capacity. So you have to work on it. Consume manpower again, unnecessary function, then machine will run, plant will operate, its requirement, manpower is there. If you are completing the project in time, it's okay. If you are taking the time, this will project delay. Alok Gosal sir may add some point into it if that's a thing. For finished product handling and storage, according to your product, you have to the storage facility. In this case, the finished product is a 45 microns powder. 45 microns powder handling is not a easy task. You have to take care nowadays, especially environment is too serious. Tata Steel standard we are maintaining. Otherwise, again, you have to deliver the material, what capacity it requires. Again, for the material handling, the main function is to convey material, store material so that its quality should not deteriorate it. You have to maintain this. By getting all this information, the fast diagram created. Fast diagram is the information what is your lowest order requirements and what is the highest order requirement. Highest order requirement, if you will take here, we have to deliver the material to customer as per quality, as per their requirements, so that their recovery should be there. How we will deliver the material? For this product, we have to convey the material and hold material. If you see the center line, this is the critical path line. This function must be fulfilled at any condition. Based on this is the center line, the critical path line. Bottom one is the support activities and ensure safety and enclosed facility. You can understand nowadays you have to consider safety each, at each and every steps. Already when we have come to this room, safety announcement is there. So it is part of it. All time activity is mentioned here. While going through all the details, when we do the creativity phase, it come out that solutions, here is the major list, number of solution will come out. We have to install the complete new facility at the site, which you already seen, the heavy capital cost was there. Identify with gap between the design capacity and present delivery utilization. The machine which are available with us, how much it is loaded, what it can do, what is our requirement. Day-to-day practice, person who are engaged with the machine, they can understand what is machine requirement, what is our requirement. The gap is there. So a deep dive is required. You have to understand the function, and based on that, you draw this. Install mixing and dispatch facility only at the site and integrate with the existing system. After knowing all the major basic requirements and fulfill the customer requirement, what is the project objective, you can integrate this. Based on that, we have integrated. The come out result is raw material and storage. We have the existing facility. The gap was there. The material is same material handling capacity was there, as well as the grinding section, which was available, and it can deliver the whatever the requirement, although it was not the normal product, but it can deliver. The machine has the capacity. This has been already studied and get that it is possible. Then come to solution that mixing and finished product handling transportation. This new facility is minimum required so that the final product can be produced and delivered to the customers. So in net, you can see that left side is the available facility modified. Some modification had been done at the Kalinganagar plant, which was there, and the study was there. Capacity was available. What is the requirements without disturbing the existing and future requirements? Some modification has been done, and the new facility has been installed. As a result, its cost, total capital cost below 10%. If you will take a grinding plant, the total capital cost approx, this is not the to the point, approx figure will be in raw material storage 15 to 20% of the total capital cost. Grinding and mixing will take measure 50 to 60%. Finished product the hardly 50 to 20%. In our case, hardly 10% it was there. Miscellaneous legal, environment, all safety, you have to compliance, all those things it was there. So finally, project had completed within budget, and the customer got the major advantage. Three, four, not only one. Although we have work started for the reducing the capital cost. The first of all, just in time. Customer has the facility just in time. Immediate they can get the material. The road transportation risk. Material was going from here, a risk for the uh, transporter as well as companies. The low cost, the transportation cost come to the 5%, which was higher. Over and all, we got the results and customer is satisfied. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now let's engage. Now let's engage our mind and competitive spirit with an exciting quiz competition. This is your chance to test your knowledge and perhaps walk away with some gifts. I invite Mr. Arun Kumar, CVS and Head of Engineering, EDIC and Training, ENP Department, Tata Steel, to lead us in this interactive session. Mr. Kumar.
No, because some slides may have little.
So, good evening, everyone, and charged with quiz. So, unlike Kaun Banega Crorepati fastest finger first, we will have fastest hand raised. We'll get the chance first, and subsequently the hand. So, before we start the quiz, we have some little bit of guidelines. Yeah. It's coming in guideline. So, guidelines are here. Like you have to see the questions first. Do not raise hand in between. Only there will be three options for each of the question, A, B, C, and as soon as you see all these three questions, then only you raise hand. Do not spell out answer until unless it has been asked by a quiz master like me. I will tell the person who is coordinating. So he will go with you and ask that what is the answer. Now, next is key. You have to be uh, decision by Quizmaster for answer, and there are questions related to G, but we have slightly modified this to make it. We will give to everyone. Means whoever answer any of the questions will get the gift. So and the last, the final one, which Alok sir was saying, the CVS are debarred from appearing in this quiz, as well as we professionals. So these are some of the guidelines before we start the quiz. So here is the first one coming. The first is LD Mize was recognized with most eminent option A, who contributed to field of VAV, US Navy's highest civilian honor, and C is none of them. I think who is it? Ma'am, just option B. US Navy's highest civilian honor for his immense. I think this is the correct answer. So you deserve the good. Thank you, ma'am. So what's your name? Just tell that answer. Okay. You belongs to which company? Oh, oh, nice, sir. So we have academic first. Right. Very nice. Unlike corporate. Okay. So the next question is coming on your screen. One of the books on V written by Miles was A. Fundamental of V Techniques and its Application in 76 by McGraw-Hill. Techniques of Value Analysis Engineering, published by McGraw-Hill and Company in 1961. And option C. Practical Examples of V Application in Industries in 1965 by McGraw-Hill and Company. So who is it? I think that gentleman. Yeah, B. So that is the correct answer. So very good. Just tell your name again. Ritin Ranjan Sahu from ERF. Very nice. Moving on to question number third. This is on LD Miles worked in which company? So very straightforward question already been talked by Alok sir. So hands already been raised. But you have to wait for options A, B, C. I will not. You select. Okay. Okay. Very nice. Name again, sir? Amit Kumar from ERF. Very good. Sir, UK, sir. Encouraging for you. Question number 4. Functions are expressed in two words. Are wow. Once again, he read. So you have to select Naresh. Huh? Yeah. Option A, descriptive adjective and proper noun. Option B, active verb and measurable noun. Option C, active verb and proper adjective. So, okay, correct. Again, say your name, please. Okay, nice. All guys are backed by TRF now. Very nice. So it's really enthusiastic. Persons from that side also, please involve in raising hand. Fastest raised hand. Now coming to fifth question. The Lawrence D. Miles Value Foundation is option A, Certification Board for Value Methodology started in 60 in US. Library created in 76 by SAVE, benefits of VM practitioner from across the world. Non-profit public foundation started in 77, dedicated to advancement of value methodology. So any person who has read A. Uh, Notification board methodology, slightly doubt है. Next, maybe come. The gentleman. C. C. Yes, correct. C. So very nice. So they have heard that corner, right corner from my side. And again, please tell your name and which company you belong. Okay, very nice. Coming to the sixth question, the name of SAVE changed to Save International in which year? Option A 1996, option B 1990, option C 2005. So anybody have a wild guess? This is Save was earlier. We have US में now it has been changed to Save International. Mm. Now this year we are going to have Save International Summit in New Delhi from 15th September. So this is we can say कि we are lucky organizing this summit outside US. So yes, you little bit doubt. One more. Yes, sir. 96 is correct. Not. Yeah, correct. Yeah. 1990. Yes, sir. Please. Ma'am. Tata Motors dinner. Very nice. Moving to the seventh question. In 1932 to 38, while worked as a design engineer at GE, Miles earned. Uh, if you have gone through the Alok sir's presentation, you may be able to answer. Option A, well, there are many hands. So Naresh, you have to decide because I'm in looking in monitor. 12 patterns for new design and vacuum tubes and related circuit, 5 patents for new design and chips and related circuit, none of these. So, sir, किसको बोल रहे हैं? बोलिए. A, yes, correct. Mhm. So again, sir, name from TRF. Okay, good. Very nice. So moving on to eighth one, after retirement in 1964 and his demise in 1985, who personally took his work forward? Means Mr. L.D. Miles' work. Option A is his boss, Henry Enrich, or his colleague, W.C. White, or his wife, Eleanor R. Miles. So, इनका C, wife. Yes, correct. So again, you NIT Jamshedpur. Oh, good. So we have fair mix of answering persons. So I think the message is quite embedding across corporate academy. That's nice. Good. We will have two more questions. After that, we will subject again presentation. What is the most important function performed by this earthen pot to cool the water inside? So we have quite heat outside today. We have felt, and this is something which give us relief. So you have to identify the function being performed by this earthen pot. I am giving options A, B, C. Provide cooling, dissipate it, extract latent heat. Sir, I think, sir, sir, no, sorry, sir. Yeah, very correct. Correct. Extract latent heat. आइए नरेश जी अरे बिल्कुल everybody has equal so thank you sir very nice so TRF is really shining up today quiz. And the 10th question before we break for a thin paper cup filled with water does not catch fire when placed over a flame. In V parlance, the function performed by the paper cup for not being burnt is, I'll show the picture of that paper cup. So the options are A, withstand heat, B, reflect heat, C, transfer heat. So, sorry, transfer heat. Okay. Yes, correct. From SSW. Yeah, very good. So, congratulations to all of you, those who have won. But despite that, it's a really quite involving one. So, I appreciate audiences. We will again come back after some break. So, Devasis, now you take.
Thank you, sir. So next we have a paper presentation by Mr. Nitesh Kumar, Senior Manager, Tata Motors.
Thank you. Respected leaders from industry and academia. This is very great to see leaders from industry. I can see face from HICO, from TRF, from Jamipol, from RKFL, and as well as from academia, Madhu ma'am from NIT, Dr. Charu Wadhwa from Arkajan University. So it's a really a great platform to collaborate, because it's not only about, because most of the time you are feeling like you are in classroom kind of thing. So it's more about learning, and it's a platform for people from industry and academia to collaborate and work together. So, respected leaders, my fellow value practitioners, and dear friends, very good evening to all of you. My name is Nitesh, and I am here to present a paper, a case study on application of VAVE. So, Tata Motors in this house need no introduction. We are the leading global automobile manufacturer across all segments. So let's coming into value analysis and value engineering. So sometimes we keep changing what VA is, what VE is. Alok sir had well explained it. I'm just saying ki value analysis is we do during manufacturing. So that I kept in bold. I'm not reading everything. And value engineering is into the new product. And how we differentiate is pointer we don't have. Okay. So on one axis, if you see there is concept product in product life cycle, there is concept phase, design, then product release and production. So application of, it's all right, sir. So application of, better we do it to concept phase and design phase, we can harness, okay, all right, no issue. We can harness the potential of value engineering at early phases, at concept and design phases, and the net saving from value engineering is very high at design and concept phase. At later on, we can, this one, this one, huh, huh. We can keep on doing value engineering and value analysis, but what we learned, yeah, what better we can do it at concept and design stage. So their net saving are very high. And later stages during products, after production release and production, the benefit, we couldn't harness more benefit of value engineering there. So problem identification is very important, and what we do, we keep customer into our focus point. So who need it? So what customer requirement is? So this is not about some. There is some misconception that value engineering is cost saving project, but it's not only cost saving project, but it's more about customers, how customer can harness from this value engineering. And we say ki why value engineers are required. So what happens, say this is something, business opportunity is there, but one person is trying to hit here, so he may not get the fruit at some point. uh, like say एक आम का पेड़ है and उसमें काफी सारा फल लगा हुआ है, सो कोई भी जाएगा, एनी लेमन गोइंग एंड एक पत्थर मारा तो वहां से आम उसको मिल जाएगा. बट एट लेटर स्टेजेस हर बार ऐसा नहीं होता कि देर आर मैंगो ट्री विथ दैट मच ऑफ फ्रूट्स. सो ए पर्सन विथ value engineering and value methods, he can harness that potential and he can exactly tap on the business opportunity. So this is one of the benefit of utilizing this value engineering concept. This is about value creation. So there is always a into customer there is always a willingness to pay. Say they say like they have a budget for mobile for 10,000, but you have to provide a mobile phone with all those functions which is required by the customer in that budget. You cannot say, yeah, you can change the willingness of customer to pay. So customer having their mindset, say we are launching BS6 vehicles, the cost will obviously increase. Yeah, we are going to launch in trucks, we have to provide AC cabins. So there is a regulation, but customers are not willing to pay for that because at that time they don't feel it. Okay, this is the actual function, but you have to give because this is regulation. So value engineering comes into the picture, and you can pass on the benefit of value engineering to the customer at the same price. And also, customer buy function, not the product. So if someone is going to buy a soap, they are not actually buying a soap, but they want something which can keep them fresh. So it could be some liquid soap, it could be soap bar, it could be something like a spray kind of, which can keep them fresh. So it's not about soap, but something, a function which keep them fresh. So similarly, people don't buy a quarter-inch drill. They want something which can create a hole. So we have to think from customer perspective, what customer want. It's not about what you want to sell, but it's more about customer. So coming to the VAV workshop levers. So there are certain levers for value engineering. So one of the levers is classical value engineering. So in case study, I will show how classical value engineering works. I will not keep you bored, but try to, because for this I took classes of 5 days classes from Alok Ghosal sir and learn something about value engineering. And I have 10 minutes time to explain, but I will try to explain the basic concept. So one is classical value engineering, VAVE. Second is benchmarking. We keep on benchmarking. This could be internal benchmarking, could be external benchmarking, what competitors are doing, how others are keeping their cost under control. So benchmarking is one of the lever for VAVE. Other lever could be best of best. What best practices? So, so as at Tata Motors, we are manufacturing automobiles since decades. So what best we have? So we don't have to reinvent the wheel each time, but we can take that best out of that and we can implement that. So this is best of best. Lightweighting is very important levers for value engineering. So can we use, say, in automobile sector, especially in each sector, even people are looking for the lightweight mobile phones. Say a truck having capacity of 16 ton and total weight of the truck carrying capacity is 16 ton and total weight of truck is 10 ton. So effectively they can carry 6 ton load. But what if we can reduce the overall weight of the truck? So lightweighting is one of the important lever for value engineering and value analysis. Then part count reduction. Say we have 2000 parts. Can we reduce it? So this will reduce the overall cost of assembly, number of for number of parts you have to different vendors to engage. So part count reduction. Actually, I am going in short because I have to present a case as well. So part count reduction is one of the important lever by which you can do the application of value engineering. So now coming to the case which is on packaging of automobile. So packaging is something which everyone from industry, from academics, they can correlate. So I kept packaging as a focal point for my presentation. So coming to project selection, so there is one section where we have CKD and SKD dispatch. So overall cost here we have analyzed. There is direct material cost of 82%, then packaging is 10%, and transportation is 7%. So there are other things ongoing for direct material cost. So we had planned on packaging cost. So packaging is very important thing. Packaging is an art. So because I have to say you have to gift pack something, So I may not able to because it's art, but my wife do better packaging. So it's art, it's science, it's engineering, it's technology, and it's marketing. So with better packaging, you can sell your products better. So and in packaging, we have kept that primary packaging, secondary packaging, and tertiary packaging. We have tried to cover all. So this is our VAVE job plan. So there are phases in value engineering. So those who had gone through the classes, they can learn that these are the phases. I will explain one by one. So this is orientation phase. Orientation phase is phase 0, you can say, where you can have CFT formation. So for any project to run, you need a mentor, a leader, and members who can work. So this is about CFT formation. Then we have information phase. So we gather more and more information about the product. So this list is not exhaustive, but just indicative. So in packaging, what component we are using? So it's packaging for automobile components. So there are some square pipes, brackets, seats, fasteners. We have how much count we have, what are the total weights, and how what manufacturing process is involved. We had tried to zero down all the cost. Then comes the function phase. So we had tried to identify the function. Say if we had a square pipe, what it does. So it creates a structure. So bracket, this with a stand load. Fasteners, it joins parts. So we had tried to identify the function. So this is function identification. Then this is technical fast diagram. So this is actually technical, and I think we had 4 5 hour discussion. Then we understand what this fast diagram is. This basically answer your how and why part. So how you are doing from one side, and from other side why you are doing. So this technical fast diagram actually answers your how and why part. So this why packaging, to deliver product, then to protect part, to create a structure, to hold weight, to produce a shape. So this is about technical fast diagram, and we see the critical path for all the costing comprises of 72% of the total cost. Then we had done function cost worth analysis. So what function it does, and how it works. So sometime if you buy something, say I bought a mobile phone, yeah, bought a pen, we used to say कि कितने का खरीदा, तो we say 100 रुपए का. People say कि 100 का तो नहीं, 80 का लगता है. So this is function cost worth analysis we have done, कि what actually it worth. Then we had tried to identify the value gap. So what, because this is from customer point of view, what is the value gap and what is the value index. So that we have tried to take. Then it comes creative phase. Creativity is, you have to identify the from the critical path of the, and from function cost worth analysis. So we had identified like to create a structure having value gap of 1.33 and value index of 1.63. And from function cost worth analysis, we have uh, seen that produce shape having value gap of 75 and value index of 1.33. So these gives you the levers, the pointers where you have to actually work on. Then comes the idea generation. So teams generate multiple ideas, and this is not only generation. Then you have to evaluate every idea. Then we can use paired comparison matrix. So this is again another chapter. So we can do decision matrix. So when you have any idea and when you are going to your mentor, your boss, then you have something something, so that you can put your points strongly. So this decision matrix helped me there to implement the idea. Then comes the recommendation phase. So the recommendation out of this study comes ki we can delete the reps on the pallets, and one comes ki we can do the zero based costing of all packaging components with uh, packaging modification. Then it comes development phase, because for packaging you have to do forklifting, you have to do rolling, you have to do stacking. So we had done the design testing and validation, and the packaging distribution evaluation. So how you have to move this with forklift, how you have to how you can do the crane handling better, how you can do the truck shipment. So these evaluation we have to do. And then comes the implementation phase. uh, then audit phase. So audit phase is what was before. This is again indicative. So total weight was 121 kg. After weight was 105 kg, and 14% reduction was there. And total saving in this pallet is 181. So don't go on 181. It's more about the methods, not about the cost always. So total saving was 181 for one project. And then we have horizontally deployed this on multiple palleting because you have different pallets to handle different things. Some pallet for rear axle, some for front axle, some for engine. And total saving per piece was 2551 from this horizontal deployment. And looking forward, we are working on reusable packaging because once this packaging go, this is actually wastage. They open it up and throw it somewhere. So we are also working on reusable, sustainable packaging. And this is all from my side. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Kumar. So next, I would like to invite our chairperson, Ms. Swastika Basu, to take upon the seats on the stage. I also want to request our guest of honor, Mr. Sakti Senapati, to please come and join here. Uh, Mr. Tapas Sahu and our chief guest, Mr. UK Singh. Thank you. In today's ever evolving landscape, marked by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, also known as VUCA, as told by Mr. Alok sir, it becomes crucial to recognize the significance of value engineering. To delve deeper, it is my pleasure to invite Ms. Swastika Basu, Chairperson of Invest, East Zone, and Managing Director of Jamipol, to share her experience with us.
Thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Um, Mr. UK Singh, MD TRF, and chief guest for today, Mr. Tapas Sahu, CEO and MD Heiko Industries, and guest of honor, Mr. Senapati, CEO RKFL, guest of honor, Dr. Madhu Singh, HOD NIT Jamshedpur, guest of honor, and Alok Da, as he is known as, and he's a life certified value specialist, madam from Arka Jain University, uh, other gentlemen, value practitioners. A very good evening to all of you. It gives me great pleasure to stand in front of you on this. Uh, it's a eventful day on this 122nd commemoration of LD Miles' birth centenary. We not only celebrate the genesis of value analysis and value engineering, but also recognize the importance of this in today's uncertain world. You know, today the business conditions, and all of us who are in the industries, who are working in industries, we know that things change, um, speed of light. you know Before you can change, the technology has changed. Before you can take action on certain technology, something new has come up. We are grappling with that every moment in the industry, in the academia also. All the new changes, they are keeping pace with, because from academia the students have to go into the corporate world, into further studies. So things are changing, and hence the principles which were kind of propagated by LD Miles, it becomes more important in today's, as we characterize and say, VUCA world. What is it that he propagated? He propagated maximizing value, not mindless cost reduction. It is the ratio of function to cost, which resonates very powerfully in today's economic condition. It's not mindless, it's not about cutting cost, it's about how to improve the cost, giving the same function or a higher function, and maximizing value to the customer. And it is cutting down unnecessary cost. In Alokda's presentation of NASA, we saw that there were 326 kg of white paint, which was actually, it was not enhancing any value, but it was an unnecessary cost to the company. So how do we analyze and identify those kind of costs, and hence do a strategic cost optimization? In that process, what are we doing? We are enhancing our resource efficiency. Lesser lesser paint required, lesser manpower to, kind of, I'm just taking that example because that was a very insightful presentation, and it has, at least in my mind, it has stuck. So, we should look at everything, because then the manpower who are painting it, all that is resource optimization. In the two presentations which were made by Jamipol as well as Tata Motors, we saw that it is not only about reducing the capital cost, it is also about reducing transportation. If you are, currently it's more of localization rather than globalization, because you would rather make something closer to home, get it, to avoid the supply chain issues. If you're getting something from China and there is a congestion at the port, you won't get it. So if you have something which is make in India or make at home, okay, it's much better. So these are the benefits of analyzing the function, the ratio of function to cost. What you do, you improve creativity. I'll just give a very small example. Jamipol has been there for 30 years. I have joined recently, but the company has been there for 30 years, and it has been given desulfurizing solution, because when you prepare hot metal, there's a sulfur content because the raw material has sulfur. Now you know with the bigger blast furnaces, the sulfur percentage is automatically lowered. Okay, so there's a technology change. What does Jamipol do? It has been, in this business, so it has to quickly find out some other way in which to cater to the customer so that the value is maximized. The raw material which was being used by Jamipol, say for the last 20 years, 25 years, which was calcium carbide, CaC2, it is banned today. Okay, because of ecological reasons, environmental reasons. What do? The creative minds then thought about it. It's not only Jamipol, there are other competitors in this industry. The creative mind thought that let's use an alternative, which is lime, which is giving the same function of desulfurizing. So it actually brings in creativity, and we saw in, I think, Nitesh's presentation, that there is a creative phase. And when there is a creativity, you also do risk mitigation. You are eliminating the costs in the initial phase of the project life cycle. You are just identifying what are the things which are unnecessary. And, also you eliminate the risk as a business as whole. We'll hear from the other industry practitioners, because you had a certain share of business. If you are constantly innovating and maximizing value to the customers, you do a risk mitigation of protecting your share of business. And the final thing is the sustainable cost advantage. Because what is sustainability? It is not only greening, it's also sustainability of the organization, sustainability of a going concern. L- let's leave the industry at one point. The academia, we have the two, the academicians. If the institute is not keeping pace with the latest technology, if they are not teaching what is the latest in MCB, or what is the latest in the vacuum circuit breaker, or what are the improvements, how much quickly the time saving is there, students will not know about it. And then the students will not be picked up by the industry. So today, placement is one of the key KPIs which which are academic institution monitors. So once the students are all aware about the latest technology, then only they are required in the corporate world. So I, on behalf of Invest Eastern Zone Council, we want to work with all the companies in the East, the large companies, the large corporates, the MSMEs, their agility. The large corporates, their expanse and reach, the academicians, their knowledge, the knowledge base. We want to utilize, we want to have, this is a platform. I think initially it was said, this is a platform. It gives me great pleasure that we have from all, we have from the Tata Group companies, we have from the IDA, which is a, thriving area of business. And uh, you know, to my knowledge and belief, that area is totally untapped. We have immense talent. We have immense potential in that area. We need to work with those people with the knowledge, industry and academic. The platform is there. Let's work from Eastern Zone Council. We have certified value specialists. We have, life members. We have a lot of IBCs who have joined online. We could organize whatever you want and make sure that, maybe for the students also there are some suitable courses from for different industries. Smaller companies have different unique problems. So maybe, a cross functional team here, we can pull in resources from other companies, and then we can, kind of take it forward. This gives a very great, in all these presentations, we saw that a CFT approach, which is a cross functional team. Because one person, even if he makes a century, the team may not win. If the entire team makes 30, 40 runs individually, the team may win. So a CFT approach is something which is required for the team to succeed. And working together, industry, colleges, we can use the knowledge and experience of the certified value specialists, all the employees working. People, the answers, the quiz answers that you gave. I don't know when, if any of you are certified value specialists, because they were not answering, but you all knew the answers. And you all knew the answers from the practical experience, from the working that you have done. And there is no, uh, we say, na, experience ka koi kaat nahi hai, because you learn so many things because of experience. So by fostering a truly collaborative environment that includes the strength of large industries, the agility of the SMEs, and the intellectual capital of the academia like NIT, Arka Jain, Jamshedpur, we can build a robust pillar for future growth, innovation. I would like this society to be a thriving society, because today, if we imbibe the principles of function to cost ratio, maximizing the function while eliminating the unnecessary cost, that is what will make all of us stay afloat. So, on this 122nd birthday of LD Miles, let us all recommit to embracing value analysis. Many companies, I think in the 90s and 2000, I myself was under the mentorship of Ologda. I myself was a part of many value engineering projects. But slowly, slowly, as we learned, we thought that this is not, this may not be useful. But today it is much more useful. And one slide I liked very much, that the fruits are there. We are, kind of aiming the arrows. I think Nitesh showed it. We are aiming the arrows and the arrows are going somewhere else. So that is where the function, the methodology will help us to actually shoot the arrow and get the fruit down in the minimum time. Okay. So let us embrace these methodology, this value analysis, value engineering, and make, to navigate the complexities of today's uncertain world. Thank you for your patient hearing, and let's make this a thriving society and a platform for collaboration. Thank you very
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable insights. So I will request Mr. Arun Kumar to come for the next quiz we are having.
So thank you, Devasis. Audience, all are charged. We have come back. So like IPL, you have to be very quick on fire. Sixer lagana hai, ठीक है? So starting with the very next question, what is the best way of improving value? Madam has already told, if you have heard carefully, It is hidden in this. So, Naresh, who? हाँ? वो कॉर्नर में that. No. बोलिए. हाँ, आंसर करिए. A, B, C. हाँ, correct, correct. हाँ, वो पास करने से. Sir, once again, tell your name. What? Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Moving on to next question. It's the savings potential lies in value index. Again, it has been taught in between, and the options are option A equal to 1, should be more than 1, B, or C should be less than 1. And here C is cost, W is what? So any guess? Yes, that gentleman, white shirt seems C. C it should be less than 1. Doubt. Uh, Sorry, once again, somebody else. B. Yes, B is correct. So what's your name? Prithvi? Okay, Vrindavanji, thank you. So next question is, what is the most important function performed by corrugated wavy sheet? So many of us, yeah, everyone has seen this, and this is one of the products of Tata Steel. So option A is improve aesthetic, B facilitate drainage, C increase strength. उनका भी था. Increase strength is correct. Yes. Sir, what's your name? Okay, very. I think we are again taking a break, short break. So Devashish, please.
Thank you, sir, for the quiz. Now it is my honor to welcome our esteemed guest of honor, Mr. Sakti Senapati, Chief Operating Officer of RKFL, to address our audience. Mr. Senapati, please.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I think the people who are sitting on the stairs are learned enough. I think ma'am, Basu ma'am has already given information about this V and V, and Dr. Singh, he has got exposure in this field for years, and Mr. Tapas has got a lot of exposure into this manufacturing processes and doing this V activity on regular basis. And the people who are sitting over here are learned, and they are using it as a tool for their own manufacturing process or the activity what they are into. But end of the day, what is VAV, everybody knows. And ultimately, what we do in value analysis or value engineering is value. What is function? Madam rightly said, it is functions and cost. What is functions? Like if you are going to watch a mobile, what functions what we are into? We are having everything on there. And earlier, we are having a camera, we are having a calculator, we are having a phone. So 4, 5 different functions has been captured in a particular uh, instrument, which is called as a phone, and we do have a lot of things. This is what is the outcome of value engineering. In our earlier days, like in bathroom, what we are using, like in a seat which we are using was being rusted after uses. But now the technology, and because of this value engineering, it has converted into different material. It is low cost, it is easy to handle, and you can change as and when you want, and it's colorful. So this is what is actually what we talk about value engineering as in the form of examples. And also most of people might have seen the movie Mangal Yan Jatra jo hai, and it is Akshay Kumar's movie. You must have seen that is what is the real value engineering what they did. When government said that you do not have a budget to do this, then said we'll do VAV analysis, well we do this, and they have executed it in a project firm, and they got successful in this. So these are all just an example what we need to go for value engineering. Subject is very big, and I do have very little knowledge into it, and people are sitting over here have vast knowledge on this. But I'll say these are the examples how value engineering works, and into our day-to-day life also, from day-to-day life to our profession to end of every activity. everywhere we need to do VAV analysis to go for a effective functioning. Thank you very much. I will not take much of your time, but I really thank you that I am honored to be part of this event. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So I will trouble Mr. Arun sir to again for the quiz.
Thank you, Devasys. Again, audience, please charge up, tighten your seat belt. So this is a picture. We have heard many times railways are taking shutdowns, etc., for laying the rails, and we have got third line, fourth line. There are many lines. So, what is the gap? Why it has been provided in these rails? So, options are allow expansion, facilitate replacement, ensure safety. चूज करिए नरेश जी. हाँ बोलिए. A is allow expansion. I think it's correct answer. Yeah, thank you. तालियां. नाम बता दीजिएगा आपका. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Next question is coming. Again, it is a very important thing, and we know this organ very well. So you have to identify the function of this organ. By the way, first you tell what is this organ, and then uh, किनको चूज किया है वो कॉर्नर वाले ये मिस. D, pump blood, and what is this organ? Heart. Correct. Very correct. So name, sir. Okay, nice. So this is what short break. Yeah, Davis, you continue.
Thank you, sir. So due to course of time, we are skipping some of the quizzes here. Our next guest of honor is someone who embodies vision and leadership in our industry. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Tapas Sahu, CEO and MD of HICO, to share his thoughts with us. Please.
So, a very good evening to all of you. And I think when you are the second last speaker, and especially between experts like Mr. Ghoshal and then between the last speaker as the chief guest, either I'm not supposed to speak or I should not avoid speaking what probably has to be spoken by our last speaker, our chief guest. So, anyways, thank you for this opportunity. I think it's a wonderful initiative that, ma'am, you're taking, and such kind of initiative has to be spread out across more people, more organizations, and probably it has to be propagated in a much bigger scale. I will not touch upon the theories of what VAV is. I think enough has been spoken, and I think we have got some wonderful presentation that has happened. Mr. Ghoshal has given, I think Nitesh gave a wonderful thing. Sanjeev ji, you also gave a quite a explanatory kind of a VAV presentation. So what is more important? Probably I'll touch upon that fact is the practical aspect. I basically represent MSME. We are into multiple activities, whether it is sheet metal fabrication for different sectors, and we interact with probably uh, automobile sector, railway sector, construction equipment, material handling. So everywhere there's a different approach. So what is important when we talk about VAV is like generally we take VAV as a tool, right? Tool for a cost reduction, tool for a process improvement, tool for some improvement in the system so that what the customer is demanding. But the most important thing I feel, it should not be a tool. If you want to ensure that the end objective of a VAV is achieved, it has to become a mindset and it has to become a culture in the organization. So probably that is most important, whether it is a company as big as Tata Motors or Tata Steel, or it is as a small company which has got almost say 10, 15 or 20 people in the organization. I don't think so. This particular concept, this particular mindset differentiates any of the scales. So it is basically a small company can also do as effectively as a large company. The only difference probably what we'll see is a lot of good presentations probably did not be able to do. VAV has to be a culture is one thing that we have to understand, and it has to be a part and parcel of our life. I'll give a very small example. When you talk about, I think Nitesh has wonderfully explained regarding the especially when he's representing the auto sector, lightweighting is one of the major activities that has to be initiated, not only because of fuel efficiency, but because of other aspects also, without compromising the safety aspect, the aesthetics, and rest of the things. When we talk about a different line, so generally what happens when we talk about a VAV, majority of the cases, we talk only about a manufacturing organization, or we talk about an industry which is probably industry specific. But VAV can be applied and is being applied at our home front also. You take any example, when you probably go back to your home, probably the ladies of the house who are managing the entire setup, I think they're the best VAV examples. So we should be understanding that. So VAV is not a tool, it is a culture that we have to understand first. And that is where, and it's a top to down approach. Today, what generally as small organizations we do, we generally take it as a project of as a cost reduction, and then we throw it to a manager. Hey, boss, you need to do a cost reduction of 5 lakh rupees, 10 lakh rupees, and that is the end, the starting point of the end. So that we have to understand. Today it is a different approach. If today we have to do a VAV, the top man of any organization, starting from we as MDs, will have to take it as a challenge. We'll have to handle it. We have to handle to do the last level. Second is when we talk about optimization, we have seen a lot of these startups who have been working. So what is a startup? We are doing the same thing in a different way, correct? If we see, a startup is also like a VAV. Today, when we go to any place, we find a Ola and Uber. Today, we are buying a value, buying a car for say 10 lakhs, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs, or 50 lakhs. We are investing a value, but at the same time, our objective is commuting from one place to another. Correct? So now, what are the startups doing? They are coming up with a very nominal cost. We are doing the same thing without investing. So if you think there are n number of examples that will come across, we need to accept and open our eyes. We have to accept and realize about this is also VAV. If you talk about the latest, if you talk about technology, a chat GPT spent billions of dollars to make the same AI tool, correct? DeepSeek came in with only 5 million. What is the objective and what is the output? It is same or even better. So it is never about the money that is invested in a particular project to say that a project has to be successful or it has to be a VAV compliant. When we talk about medical equipments, I think a lot of, like we spoke about a value, I think they should give a very good definition for a VAV, a VA and a VE, right? V is basically for the new products and VA is for the ongoing projects. So when we talk about any design that is solving a problem or that is reducing the cost in order to reduce a problem, it is also VAV. Example is today, a lot of the equipment, medical equipments that we see, a lot of these softwares that we see, today automation has come in. We used to spend like Tata, TCS, or any big company, they used to invest probably on 2 lakh new freshers to do a particular job. Today, probably it will be reduced to one third or one fourth or one fifth, depending on the nature of the job. because the AI tool which has come in, it is again a value engineering. So I'm sure like Mr. Ghoshal might agree, might not agree. I'm sorry because you're an expert. I cannot debate on that part. I'll not have a chance also. But what I see, what my point here is, ki it has to be a culture. It has to be drilled down into every individual's lifeline, bloodline, because this is where we have. Today, when we talk about, when we are into different sectors like railways, when we talk about automobile, when we talk about construction equipment or anywhere, every year the customer is demanding a cost reduction, and they will still have a lot of requirement in order to, they will keep on improving the quality. I'm not biased, Nitesh, I'm not biased, so I'll just take your example. Today, Tata Motors, what Tata Motors used to produce probably 10 years back, the quality of product, the quality of vehicle that used to produce, and today what they're producing, there's a hell lot of a difference. Sorry for that word, but there's a huge difference in the quality of product. But when we talk about the suppliers and the vendors who are giving and manufacturing, they're still the same. Whether you talk about the machines, whether you talk about the manpower, whether you talk about the infrastructure, whether you talk about anything, it is still the same. The only thing is we have to slowly upgrade ourselves in order to achieve the quality which our end customer is demanding. Today, I think Tatas are better than Volvos. If you talk about steel making process, today even uh, Tata Steel is one of the lowest cost steel producer. So there can be any number of examples in order to prove this. So my only submission to the entire team is probably what we need to do is we have to accept it not as a tool but as a culture. That is point number one. It has to be a top to down driven approach. A lower rung employee will never be able to drive it. It has to be from the top person in the organization. Generally, a lot of the management thinks that probably when we hire a lot of people, it is their job. So trust me, it is not their job. It is your job. It is our job to ensure that it has to be enforced and it has to be handholded. Third most important thing is when we talk about a cultural change is not an overnight job. It takes a lot of time. I think Mr. Ghoshal must be training and handholding a lot many companies, and he must be knowing the pain in order to uplift and upgrade an organization, a small organization from this level to this level. So that is what I was wanting to tell about the cultural change. One more thing that probably it is again a request to uh, Swastika and Mr. Ghoshal is like we need to we need to make it bigger, and we have to take it to the majority where the majority belongs is the MSME. Today, a Tata Steel, a Tata Motors, a TRF, a Tata Cummins, they're already at a different level. What we need to do, we need more of experts like Mr. Ghoshal, and he is the best trainer to train another, say, 100 of them. We have to penetrate into the MSME market, MSME industry. We have got 1,500 of them in Aditpur. So that is the challenge that we need to take. And that is where we probably can do a major change. Today, there is a reduction of cost at every stage, no matter in which industry you are in. Today, even a Tata Steel, supposed to be one of the biggest in steel making, they are going for a lot of cost reduction. So that is the way to survive. We have to survive and we have to thrive in this market under all circumstances. We cannot take a boss, we are outdated, we'll shut down our shop. No, that is not an option for us. Neither we are creating a good precedence for the next generations to come and take it up. So it is a very deep thought that all of us will have to take, will have to do, so that we realize what we are doing. And I say the ladies of the house are the best VAV. They practice it without even knowing it. So probably all the friends that who are there, who are on the like males, please go to a house and see what our ladies are doing. Probably we are also doing. It's not that I'm biased against them, But again, we are doing the same thing unknowingly. So we have to make it as a culture. So with that, I think I'll need to not take much of your time. I think it's a very vast subject. We also do a lot of these kaidens and pokaeke, which is again tending towards the VAV. A lot of these activities that is there. So again, companies like RKFL, academicians like NIT and Kajan, they can also take it take support from the industry and introduce a course. I think we have the best resources with us. Introduce a small course. A lot of the students go out on a vacation. Our again, if I am talking, if I know it will be a little bit controversial if I say our education system requires a VAV. And trust me, this I have been propagating and I'll ensure and I'll also keep on doing that because our AICT and whatever. So these education systems and the engineering courses that we are having, they're all outdated. We need to realize that they have to be changed. They require a VAV. So I think it has to be taken a very upfront because our next generation they will not survive with the topic that is being taught in our engineering colleges or any other colleges that is there. So I know I said that is the reason why I said it's a controversial topic. So I no I know a lot of things. So I am not getting any discussions and argument, but this is again a very serious thought that we have to take it. What has been there? So I went to Bangalore. Trust me, they have started courses like AI and ML as an engineering 4-year course. So where are we? We have to do. These are all private colleges. Again, our government colleges will have to accept it. And ma'am, like people like you and ma'am, people like you, I think you have to try and introduce that. I did the same thing 25 years back. No colleges in India were providing a SAP course. So I did my MBA from Pune. So I fought with my director, we will introduce a SAP course as a special thing, and probably around 7 people got a placement in TTL. It is not it has to be it is not that I'm taking credit, it is a credit of the director who introduced this course and saw the importance. So VAV is again, I think it is all around us, and I think it's a great opportunity for all of us to be a part of this. And I would like to thank, ma'am, your entire team, and especially you. You have been so persistent. I just reached today, so I was really zapped what I need to speak, but I am sure with a lot of good things that has been come up. So I just spoke my heart, and whether it is good or not so good, I don't know. Are the best people to judge. But VAV is a part of life, and this is also part of the VAV. Making others realize what we need to do is again one thing. It's a step forward. So thank you once again, and a lot of our audience sitting are on experts in VAV, and probably that was one reason I did not want to take up any subject or a project. Probably we do a lot of it in house, and customers like Tata Motors they will ensure that we do it as ancillaries. And thanks a lot, and wish you all the best. We'll be stay connected.
Thank you, sir, for your thought-provoking insights. So due to course of time, we are just keeping this quiz section. Now it is time for our chief guest to share his wisdom with us. I am honored to introduce Mr. UK Singh, Managing Director of TRF. Mr. Singh, we look forward to your words of guidance. Thank you.
Thank you. Swastika Basu, MD Jamipal, Mr. Tapas Sahu, CEO and MD FICO, Mr. Senapati, Dr. Madhu Singh from the academia, uh, ladies and gentlemen, of course, Mr. Alok Ghoshal. There is always an advantage of being the last speaker just before the vote of thanks. It is a paradox. It is both difficult and easy. Difficult because you won't have anything new left to say. Easy because most of the things have been said. So, nonetheless, this whole program has made me feel 25 years younger when I was in Tata Steel and still in Tata Steel. So I was in the quality department myself, and Mr. Alok was there. Of course, I was not directly associated with value engineering, as a faculty, but as a user, when I was in the production department, we used to participate in that. Good that no um, so much of work is being done in this area. The whole idea is trying to get more out of less. So there's a function which we were taught when we were in value engineering, which says the value is equal to the function divided by the cost. So less the cost, get the same function, or get more function at the same cost, or reduce the cost and get a higher function. These are the three options which were available. So that is why that ratio was greater than one. A small part of it was touched in the quiz. But great, no, we are looking at it in this way because, as Tapas mentioned, cost is going to be the key player if industries have to survive. Now, quality, QAP, SOP, safety, ethics, all these are hygiene factors. You cannot do business if you don't do this. So the differentiator is higher quality at lower cost. We are also, as bulk material handling equipment suppliers, struggling with cost. You may be aware, you are reading in the newspapers, China is dumping 90 million tons of steel, which is equivalent to the production of India. So that is, I know they are dumping steel at is the cost of raw material. So that is the challenge which no, he rightly mentioned that Tata Steel is taking up a lot of initiatives to reduce cost. And so are the group companies. I'm sure Swastika must be working on them. We have our own challenges. So cost is going to remain, and it is with the world scenario ever changing, with the tariffs ever coming, keep coming. You not only had China as a threat, but now with the US putting more tariffs, you will have Japan, you will have Korea. So all these things will get diverted to India. So cost will keep remaining a bigger challenge. So we need to work on uh, identifying the vital few from the useful many and seeing that no, what we do with the vital few, doing more with less. And as he rightly mentioned, we were there in an AI mission, in a CII mission in Telangana. We did go to their innovation center and startup center. So with the advent of technology like AI, digitization, what no we were able to achieve in months with hundreds of people, you can actually do it in days, in a matter of hours with no people. So that is the challenge which is there, because no going forward, customers will not be willing to pay you for no just because of your name, your legacy, your past. These things do not work, and government, in its role as a welfare state, will not interfere much with business. So, if you know, it is a very easy call when we say that no, the government should introduce a safeguard duty for steel. No, it is not so easy. See, you government has a plan to ramp up the manufacturing capacity to 300 million tons in the country, for which you need capital expenditure. To do capital expenditure, the investor needs a margin, it needs profitability. At the current prices, that is not there. Now, the easy way is to raise the duty, but most of the buyers are SMEs and MSMEs, which he mentioned. So, if you raise the prices, they get impacted, which is not a thing which the government wants. So, it is going to be very difficult. So, people will have to see ways and means of reducing cost, maintaining the quality, or even better quality. So, that is the way going forward. He Tapas was good as an entrepreneur. No, he has given you many practical examples, and I'm sure in daily life you would also be facing these issues, that we were doing things in a particular way, but those ways will not work in the future, and we need to really find some other ways. Otherwise, no, you may have heard very great names like Kodak or Sonodyne. They don't exist today. Or a Panasonic, they don't exist. Or Nokia, where we used to use Nokia phones when it started. Nobody uses Nokia phones these days. You remember, as a college student, when I was applying for engineering college, I gave this example to my people. When we used to fill up a form, we used to go to the bank to get a draft. We used to get a token there, sit there for the day, get the draft, go to the post office, post it. Then the admit card used to come maybe 10 days after, 15 days after. Do you think it works like that now? It doesn't work like that now. It is much faster, much easier, very low cost. In fact, at times, zero cost. So, those are the ways the world will operate, businesses will operate, and we have to adapt or change yourself if you want to survive or be a winner in this game. So the going forward technologies and the processes like these, like value engineering, we will need to do more of it if we have not started, and if we, as Tapas rightly mentioned, that we will also need to look at big companies do it in some way or the other, but we also need to look at the SMEs and MSMEs, which we have a big group there in Adityapuram and adjoining areas. So I would request Swastika and the team to look at this area as a great potential and see how we can leverage this to the best of our ability. Thank you and have a great day.
Thank you, sir, for your words of wisdom. We would like to shift our focus to a moment of celebration and gratitude. Let's celebrate those who have contributed significantly to our community. I request Mr. Shakti Senapati for awarding our first set of authors and volunteer recognition. I would like to invite Mr. Alok Ghoshal to come to the stage and receive the award. Now I request Mr. Alok Ghoshal sir to continue for this authors and volunteer recognition.
Before I proceed to the next event, let me tell you a small school for thought. Like all of you purchase toothpaste. So when you go to the shop and purchase the toothpaste, it comes in a cover. So you get the cover and you bring it home. The first thing what you do, you just open out the paste, you open out the tube and dump the cover into the dustbin, right? Now, in a toothpaste, suppose there's a 50 rupees, I don't know exactly what is the cost. If suppose a 50 rupees toothpaste, the cover must be costing around 5 rupees. Just imagine we have got 140 crores population, and if you remove the children and the old who don't have teeth, say about 60 crores population, they use this toothpaste and is spending 5 rupees, they're dumping it in the dustbin. What is the tremendous waste the nation has? What is the function of the cover? Do you think what is the function of the cover? Can anybody say what is the function of the cover? Protect you. Function of the cover is the protect you. Now the tube. No, but that is there in the tube also. For the main function, basic function is protect cover, protect the tube. Now the tube is made of plastic, and the cover is made of paper. Now which is stronger? Obviously, plastic is stronger. So who is protecting what? It is simply it's going on. Nobody questions, but value engineering, analysis questions. There is no use of this cover. Even if you don't use the cover, you're going for the green initiative. You are not using you are not polluting the atmosphere by using the paint because the colors that you are using. And of course, you are going green. And there are countries that are coming forward to ban this cover, like Greenland, which has come forward to ban the cover. Any tube that is toothpaste tube that will be sold in that country will be sold without the cover. So in the shelf you can stack more number of tube. Okay, that is the only school for thought. Okay, let's go to the next event. I request Mr. Shakti Senapati, please come forward to give a token of appreciation some of our members. Sanjeev Kumar is a presenter. Then Nitesh. Thank you, Shakti. Now I request Mr. Tapas, please come to the dais. Garima Gaurav. Arun Kumar, Indranil Sarkar, thank you, Tapasji. Now I request Mr. UK Singh, please come to the dais to give away the award. Surya Prabhakar, Raman Jha, Naresh Rao. Naresh Rao and Raman Jha, they are helping each other. Thank you, Mr. Singh. Now I call Sastika Basu, please come to the dais. Devashish Chakraborty. He was our anchor. Chandan Singh, without whom this event would have not been possible. I request Swastika to stay on. I call Mrs. Madhu Singh.
It's a very auspicious moment for me. We are looking after where.
Then Shakti Senapati. Tapas Sahu. Then to our chief guest, Mr. UK Singh. Thank you.
No.
As we draw this enriching program to a close, I would like to take a moment to reflect on the incredible knowledge shared and the inspiration shared here today. To summarize our event and express our gratitude, I invite Mr. Indranil Sarkar to the stage for the vote of thanks.
I request Mr. UK Singh to again come to the dais. This is not for delivering talk. We request Mr. Singh to hand over a token of appreciation to our chairperson, Swastika Basu.
This is my target.
Thank you.
Good evening to all of you once again. Chief guest Mr. Umesh Kumar Singh, guest of honor Mr. Shakti Senapati and Mr. Tapas Sahu, chairperson Invest EZC Ms. Swastika Basu, Dr. Madhu Singh, professor and HOD Electrical Department, NIT Jamshedpur, members and delegates. A lot has already been said, a- and I sincerely hope that it was a fruitful session. A big thanks to the team which presented the VE papers. It once again proves that VE still remains one of the basic and structured platform for undertaking improvements initiative in an organization. Thanks to Mr. Ghoshal for refreshing our knowledge on VE concepts, especially the contributions made by LD Miles, and the example of fuel tank and white paint was extraordinary. The quiz conducted by Mr. Arun Kumar was interesting, and the response of the audience proved it so. The participation from academia was worth appreciating. We are happy to have representatives from NIT Jamshedpur and Arkajan University. And I sincerely hope that their participation will continue in future also. Ms. Swastika Basu gave a wonderful insight into the working of VE. Ma'am, as chairperson of Invest EZC, you have given our team to work with MSMEs, especially those based at Adityapur, to further penetrate the application of VE in those untapped areas. Mr. Senapati rightly said that at the end, the application of VE at the grassroots level matters a lot. Mr. Sahu emphasized that VE should not be only a tool, but it has to be a mindset in an organization. Sir, you nicely explained the linkage between VAVE and the startups, and it was a very mind freshing. Mr. UK Singh focused on how cost factor is the key in coming days. With China dumping millions tons of steel, Tata Steel is deeply focused on cost. And with issues like new tariffs, which we have seen recently, so new challenges may also need will also come up, which needs to be addressed. As we come and end to this session, my special thanks to the organizing team, including the staff for Center for Excellence for making this program successful. And of course, thanks to Mr. Devashish Chakravarti for conducting this session without any flaws. Thanks to all of you for joining this session. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us for a cup of tea and have a good day ahead. Thank you. May I request everyone to please come to the dais for a group photograph? So you need to come to the dais for a group photograph before we finally go for the tea.